Hey, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. It's November 14th. So you might have seen I posted a crowdfunding with a $500 goal because I really wanted to make a trip out to Chico and Sacramento area, like where people are coming to that, evacuation safe zones, to try to help some people what I can, document some things to show what's going on a little bit. But it's really just the introduction to a bigger project, which is all about creating living space for people. So the thing is that that's a different crowdfunding altogether, because I think minimum we need about $3,000, which could be used for renting a house. Try to get a lease for a house for 1 to 2 years. A house that also has some land and at least 2 bedrooms, at least 2 bathrooms, and then land. There's so much things that could be done to get a lot of people housed, and so I want to try that. And there's a way it can be sustainable as well, because I'm not suggesting it's necessarily free. It can be free because people that sponsor it can be giving a donation to go towards a sponsored resident, but other people can pay a fair price and live in a good environment, because right now there's a big housing crisis for the survivors, and this is a perfect way to just open up some listings, and it can be done quickly. So I really would like to quickly launch a new crowdfunding that's to get $3,000 to $5,000 for renting a house, and basically making like a hacker house, like a disaster hacker house for the fire people involved in that up there, somewhere between Chico and Sacramento. So I'm ready to do it. I'm paying month to month now, but I can get this going and move out there and be an admin and help set it up anytime. Secondly, another possibility is what I'm seeing in researching houses is that you can buy a decent sized property with also a decent sized house. So secondly, there's the possibility to raise about $10,000 to $20,000 to put a 10% down payment on a $100,000 to $200,000 house. Because I've seen in the location where most of the fire victims are, it's possible to buy a house with minimum 1 acre, sometimes even up to 10 acres. I mean, in the price point for $200,000, which could be financed with getting $10,000 to $20,000 for a down payment. And the thing is that the people who could potentially sponsor this would actually be the owners of the house, and the mortgage could be paid by the residents that can develop the land, fix up the land, and contribute whatever they can. And I think quite easily we can pay off the payments for the house. So somebody as a backer of this, as an investor, could have a property that within a couple of years, let's say 5 years, they could sell the property and it would be really valuable. So I'm really hoping to set up some kind of, just sounds very ambitious, but buy a property and start housing people that need a place to live for a couple months or a couple of years maximum, and just help test out some housing concepts that I have for ways that you can subdivide a property, subdivide a house, a room. There's so many ways to maximize sleeping space and design spaces that work together. I was managing a hacker house, had a lot of people living there. It was just I think it had 2.5 bathrooms, like 3 or 4 rooms, and a lot of people were staying there in bunk beds in all the rooms, and everybody can get along fine. It's really not that hard. It's not like a dorm or something. So this co-living thing is starting to catch on, and I think I need to be one of the people in the running, because I know a lot about community living, cooperative living, collectives, places I've stayed all over the world, places I've worked, farms, and different kinds of hostels and things I've seen. So I think I need to all my experience from Nepal and all over the world to make a house and land into a thriving little community. So that's the new thing I want to put, go all in for. And it really comes down to just essentially doing the same thing I was doing in Nepal, which is getting land, renting it, buying it, anything,